Hey guys, this will be a review of Breakout by ATTX, our one of our loving Korean map makers. Submission to the TeamLiquid Map Contest 12 in the Challenge 2 category, the category with the new fancy slowing zones. Look at this shader. This is the new how they will look at the end, because apparently the previous version was like just a placeholder in order for us to make use of them. They look so sick. I just love them. They are obviously more visually distinctive and more clear that they will also affect air units. So that's obviously super nice. That said, Marras will be like more than a little bit sad given the fact that they are green and that she planned her own map with the red looking slowing zones. But that's like understandable with them like trying to make it like visually distinctive that they don't belong to like either player. Anyhow, starting the review of Breakout, obviously the mineral lines, if I recall correctly, we did like some quality assurance trying to fix them because there was ITTX doesn't align with using like standard mineral lines all the time. But yeah, that's something that happened for the main bases. When it comes to the naturals, there was like not really, but there were some maps that had a similar setup where they have like a jagged cliff protruding into the mineral line, and this area like becomes a risk for cannon rushes. Not in this map in particular, but that is something that happens now and then. We see like some maps like that with like sometimes even nasty cannon rushes because of the jaggedness in the cliff line. That is still like, it looks like aesthetically pretty, I will give that, but that's something for like map makers to look out for. It has some very visually distinctive Reaper paths, so that's always a benefit to add some omni lights into it in order to make it like very visually and instantly recognizable. The map itself looks like very pretty in most areas. When it comes to the map features, it is the very center with like some very tight ramps into it, and with the slowing areas like further accenting the pathway. Obviously, a map feature that will need to be changed is this one, because it needs to have more doodads in it in order to make it sure, to make it visually distinctive, that this area can't be like units can't be like dropping into. I very much like the fact that the center of the map is detached with the rocks alongside the edges. That makes it like that makes the map like very like interesting from like a map making and from I think from a gameplay perspective as well. The rich bases are like very well placed and with a good usage of like doodads in order to further accent like the detached and to give it like an extra like the map that has been like live in and storytelling to it. The corner bases are like corner bases by themselves. They have this small little section with the line of sight blockers, and they are connected between them. I don't think that that's strictly necessary, but it gives it like an extra edge to the map. They are not like, in comparison to the bases that I personally prefer, is the ones that have like that are like locked off, because they become like easier to take. But in this situation, it bites into giving the slide like more than a slight like asymmetry and making like one player wanted to take the base like over another. I think that's perfectly acceptable. When it comes to like balance itself from like distance and whatnot, you guys can see that the distances are like still like on the maybe a slightly far edge of things between the third base and the natural, but that's still like far more acceptable because of the openness, like some of the obstacles that are in here. In the same vein, the distance between the natural and the alternative third is also like acceptable. There is like a siege tank slide abusive position around this area, but that's not really a concern. It has a very wide overlord pod, that's good, that's acceptable, and that's basically it. I really don't have like besides the things that I already mentioned, there is like not much to say. I consider Breakout to be like a very solid map for the challenge 2, even more so than even other maps within the finalists. Breakout by itself was created before the challenge, and the slowing areas were added when ATTX realized that they could like synergize well with the map, and they certainly do. I think it's as I was saying, it's a very serious like implementation, a very well achieved implementation of the slowing areas. Even when the map itself wasn't like designed from the ground up to have them, they synergize spectacularly well, and we saw some very good games in the map as well. So that's always a benefit. Anyhow, I really don't have any much things to nitpick, sadly, but this has been the review for Breakout, the TeamLiquid Map Contest finalist for the Challenge 2 category made by ATTX. Take care guys, and see you in the next map review.